this is it. This is what it all comes down to. Not just to win a World Series, but to be the first team to go back-to-back as World Series champs since the Yankees did it at the turn of the century. And I think with such a momentous task in front of us, I gotta break out the secret weapon one more time. Dominance. Pure dominance is what this postseason has been for this White Sox team. More than I think I've ever dominated a postseason before. We have lost one game, but in just about every game, from the point that I enter at least, we've just been dominant. There's no other word for it. So that's what's happening today. Just like the last two series in this postseason run, we'll be playing the entire World Series against the Braves today. And by the time this video's over, I'm fully expecting to be back-to-back World Series champions. But before we get there, I would like to do what I always do and take a look at our competition. And based on the team rankings, this is truly the number 1 versus number 2 team. The best two teams in the MLB facing off. Us being number 1 ranked, the Braves being second. They finished though with a 94-68 record, which is nowhere near our 110-52 record. But what's scary is they are overall the number 1 hitting team. They are first in contact and they're first in power. So let's see what makes them just so good. Let's see what's so scary about them. And just by looking at the overalls, I can see it. You've got 5 90+ overalls in this starting lineup, and the only one under an 80 is Marcell Ozuna, who that's all he does is hit. I'm sure there's gonna be some insane seasons from these guys, so I do want to look at their stats. And first of all, actually though, Michael Harris, what is going on with him? 24 years old with that A potential, but he had kind of massive regression this year, and I guess he didn't play all that great. Everything was worse than the season before. In the season before, you could make the case at least that it wasn't really a step forward from his last real season. I mean, hey, he's still an 88 overall. He still has good hitting, and he's going to be elite in center field. That's just very interesting. How about Kelenic? Nope, Kelenic's getting better. He batted over 300, almost hit 20 home runs, almost a 500 slugging percentage out of the 2-hole, and we actually have a competent 2-hole hitter here, unlike the last 2 series. For whatever reason, the team's putting like their worst hitter in the starting lineup batting second. I don't know what to expect here though from Acuna at a 99 overall. Attributes actually didn't look too great. I mean, it's not like you're going to get better from a 99, so things are probably going to have to balance out a little bit, and that just might be what was happening. Yeah, because he had a plenty good season, a season that he probably shouldn't have regressed at all in. Just continuing from the real life 2023 season into this March to October, putting up insane numbers. 48 home runs for him, career high. Stolen bases dipped a little bit, but average on base stayed the same. OPS was higher because of a higher slugging. His wins above replacement up at 9.5. I mean, we already knew he'd be the biggest threat, but he's the biggest threat. Matt Olson, though, I'm sure is going to come with a ton of home runs. Yep, 45 on the board for him, along with also having a really solid batting average, on base percentage, all of that. Does it cool off at all with Austin Riley? He did also regress, minus 10 to contact against righties. Is kind of crazy, but 36 home runs. The average definitely dipped. The power's still there though, and I feel like that's the scariest thing about facing anybody when it comes to playoff time. Ozzie Albies at a 91, and well, he might have had his best season, 35 home runs, probably his best batting average, on base, slugging up over 500. It's just, it doesn't cool off. Does Ozuna cool off? His attributes regress, but that just might be because he's old. Okay, no, his numbers did cool down. How about Arcia at short? Nope, Arcia picked it back up. He might have made up for the slack of Ozuna, turning in what was probably his best year, almost 30 home runs. Another high batting average. So many batting averages right up around the 300 mark. And then to round it off, Sean Murphy batting 9th at a 91 overall. And of course, he's almost a 30 home run guy also. Very scary team. Their pitching, though, was only middle of the road. So let's see what they have there. It's still Strider. Looks like he's struggling in the postseason so far though, but he's at a 94 overall. And it seems like that's where he's gonna be because he actually regressed a little bit. Over 300. Wow. I was sitting here talking about how Dylan Cease had a season when it comes to strikeouts like I've never seen before on March to October, and then Spencer Strider on the other side just outdid him without me even realizing it. I've never seen 300 strikeouts in March to October. But then after him, it definitely drops a bit down to Walker Buehler at an 80, and he didn't have, you know, a great season. 4.11 ERA, not a big strikeout guy. Chris Sale not quite having the career resurgence that he's had in real life since going to the Braves. And then you got Kikuchi down at a 76, over a 5 ERA on the season, but he picked up 17 wins with not a great pitching line there. So that just goes to show how good the hitting is. And then a quick look at the bullpen. There's not really much, I don't know, like it's all solid. Like there's no low overalls. They're all the 70 overall mark, pretty much all 73s really. But there's no like really good pitcher either. Rysell's as good as it gets at an 80, and I do admittedly have trouble facing Rysell, but his attributes are as low as they've been, so he's going to be at his worst here. He still picked up 43 saves, but you could see it in the ERA that got worse by a full run since last year. But yeah, I really think with the way that our offense has been playing, if it comes down to who hits better, I think we have that edge. I think our offense can out hit this Braves team, especially factoring in how solid our pitching has been. No changes again to our roster. All of our hitters are the same. I'm pretty sure all of our pitchers were the same. I don't know if you couldn't tell by the upload dates. It's been a little while since the last episode, so I'm pretty sure it's all the same heading into the World Series here as it was in the Championship Series. But there is one last thing I wanted to look at, just with a full couple playoff series so far under our belts. I just wanted to get a glance at both our and the Braves stats so far, see who's really causing problems in this postseason run. But we already kind of know for us, it's been everybody besides like Mitch Garver. Like our whole lineup up and down, we're going deep. We've got 5 guys with 3 home runs. Talking about spreading the wealth. Nobody's hogging the spotlight. Nobody's going too crazy. Everybody is contributing almost equally here, at least in the home run department. And then you got like Andrew Vaughn, the only big name, I guess, besides Garver, who hasn't gone deep yet, but he has, I think, yeah, the most hits, the best batting average. He's the one getting on base. It's just like offensively, everybody's doing their part again, except for Mitch Garver. But he's got a whole series to turn that around. He's due for some big moments, I'm sure of it. When it comes to our pitching, not as consistently great starts as I feel like I'm kind of used to in the postseason. I don't know. We see a lot of like 0-0, 1-0 type games usually in the postseason, and this time around it hasn't quite been the same. We've had a couple higher scoring games, and you can see that in our starter ERAs, especially with Montgomery. He's made 2 starts. But our bullpen has been lights out. I mean, Jake Eater's thrown 9 innings out of the bullpen, and he hasn't given up a run. He's punched out 12, and he's allowed 1 base runner. And then you've got Kopech. He's pitched a couple innings. He's struck out 5. Garrett Crochet's picked up a couple saves. Miguel Castro even gave us a scoreless inning. We've got Clay Holmes and Tanner Scott. Both haven't given up a run. Clay Holmes has been an absolute beast. And like I said, I do want to see about the Braves too. Acuna and Austin Riley, both 4 home runs. Both 16 for 46 overall. They're the 2 biggest threats, it seems. I mean, they're hitting a lot of home runs. They're out homering me. Well, okay, I shouldn't read too much into that. They have played 3 more games. But still, we can't take those home run numbers lightly. When it comes to hitting overall, I mean, yeah, they're looking very similar to us. A lot of really good performances. 3 guys batting over 300. Olsen's right there too. And then even guys like Sean Murphy, Kelnick even worse, but they are still contributing because they've both hit multiple home runs. Pitching has definitely not been as strong as my pitching though. I mean, look at how much these guys have struggled. Besides Walker Buehler, everybody has an ERA, I guess, except for AJ Smith-Shawver here, who's just below that 8 ERA, but everybody else is above at least an 8. Even Strider, who, you know, with 300 strikeouts, I mean, we can probably see it here. Yeah, he was a Cy Young Award winner, and he can't do anything right, it seems. How about their bullpen? Any good performances here? Reynaldo Lopez, a couple scoreless innings. Shelby Miller's thrown 6 scoreless. Dylan Lee looks like he's been solid. So is Aaron Bummer. Those are their 2 lefties. And Rysell, even though his overall's taken a hit, he's still 4 for 4 in save opportunities, it seems. No runs allowed. I wish I could see the box scores for these games that the Braves have played, excited because they might be winning every game by totally just out hitting their opponents. Like every game might be like 8-7, 8-6. And this game to start off is 3-2. We've got to come back from behind, which that's nothing new. We've pretty much had to do that in most of our games so far in this postseason run. That's been another reason why I feel so dominant, is because not only am I just straight up playing good, but it feels like so many times I'm loading in losing to start and I'm still pulling out all these wins. So we don't have to do anything different than what we've been doing. It is all about putting up runs, making this comeback immediately. If Luis Robert Jr. gets a hit, we tie it at least. We might take the lead. All right, so let's get things going. Actually, let's not quite get things going yet because I do want to see how we've gotten here. They've got a bunch of doubles on the board and it's Acuna and Harris. Of course, Harris, the guy who looked like he was struggling, he's got a multi-hit game. On our side, we also have a couple of doubles, and then Dominic Fletcher's the one who's driven in both runs so far. Dylan Cease has definitely struggled. He's gone 6, given up 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, only the 5 strikeouts. I'm guessing chances are he probably doesn't come back out for the 7th inning. So that makes it all the more important that we come through here, and I'll take that as a start. I saw the size of that PCI from Robert with the clutch rating. I'm fine bringing Eloy up to the plate. Oh, and then he's just going to throw a fastball right down the middle. What are you doing? Have you not done your scouting report? One pitch. I've seen one pitch in the World Series and we've driven in 4 runs. Nothing has changed. This is the most impressive March to October team I have ever played with. I mean, massive thanks to Spencer Strider there for throwing me a first pitch fastball right down the middle, and I actually almost did everything I could to not hit that out. I was a little late on it. Man, and again, I didn't realize that we put up our runs before I came into the game in this inning. So that's a 6-run inning, another massively crooked inning. And actually, just judging by where we were in the lineup, all 6 of those runs might have come with 2 outs in the inning. Oh, and then I'm looking at strike 3. All right, not a good look there to end the inning, but by that point, all the stretch was gone. We already took a 3-run lead. And well, now that we have the lead that we have, I can change my plan a little bit. Instead of going to one of the big arms, Holmes or Scott, we can just go Kopech. And if everything works out, Kopech might be able to just finish the game for these last 3 innings. I mean, look at him spotting that slider. If he's going to make spots like that, this is going to be an easy 3-inning save. And yep, 2 strikes. We want the punch out, but we will take the out any way we can get it. 8 to go. That's all we're counting down now is the outs remaining. And that might, nope, Montgomery. You know what? I had a bad feeling about that. I really did. As that was hit, I'm like, he's going to backhand that? I don't know. Well, that's too bad. We haven't really seen Colson Montgomery have any struggles at shortstop, but he is only, you know, a 76 fielding guy or whatever it is. Definitely that silver badge, which to me isn't as good of defense as you'd want at shortstop. That might be his one weakness to me, but it'll get better. Before we know it, it'll be a gold badge. Oh, they're going on this? Garver throw him? No. Wow, okay. I actually kind of thought Garver was going to get him easily there at second. We are allowing 2 free bases now. And Acuna, he chased the first 2 strikes and he won't chase this 3rd one. I don't really want to challenge him. Okay, I didn't try and throw that in the zone, but Kopech had other plans and it worked out. And Montgomery with a chance to redeem himself. He's got it easily. And Kopech sits down the top of the order, even with the defense not really helping him out too much. Garver, that's a line drive. That's not going to get down. So not only is he playing bad, but now probably because of that, he's like the unluckiest hitter. Rips a line drive and is just right to the guy. Colson Montgomery, though, got under that. How much carry do we have? It's at the wall. It's over the wall. Colson Montgomery going deep again. 3rd home run of the postseason for him. His insanely impressive rookie season is continuing through the postseason. I saw on the Jumbotron before that at bat that his postseason average was up to 310. Now it climbs even higher. Duran, oh man, that probably shouldn't even be carrying all the way to the track. Benintendi down the line that hit the base. I think that was still getting down the line anyway for a double. Oh, and then I got under it with Fletcher. Oh, that could have been some more fireworks there with where that pitch was. I'll take one more run, though. Extend that lead even further. No longer a safe situation with a 4-run lead. I mean, this is pretty much the exact set of circumstances that I was talking about when I said if it all goes right, we can just leave Kopech in for the rest of this game. There we go. Nice and easy 3-pitch strikeout. And another one in the zone on the circle change, and he's just way out in front of it. And another 3-pitch strikeout to end the inning. Started the inning with one, ended the inning with one. Only one inning to go to wrap up game 1. Oh, rolled over on it with Vlad. Nope, okay. Wait a second, hang on. I didn't take a glance at what that PCI looked like until the very end. Look at this thing. That is the tiniest PCI I've ever seen. I'm sure that's a combination of, I mean, just any off-speed pitch away on this game, reducing that PCI size, but also the fact that I was early. Right up the middle, dude. Great at bat from Robert there, working it to 3-2. Getting the hanging splitter, not missing it. Oh, I went around. Yeah, that splitter. That got me. Would have been nice if they let me hold up, but I probably didn't deserve it. Oh, but Vaughn, that might be his first home run on the perfect swing. He got one. Absolute missile into the bullpen, extending the lead even more. We don't even need any more this game. We're just showing off like we always do. I seem to remember at the tail end of the championship series against the Rangers that our offense was struggling a bit more. We definitely didn't carry that over. Everybody is shown back up to the field here, and I mean, it's just, we're unbeatable. We are unbeatable in a 4-game or best of 7 first to 4 series. And then Garver's still doing his thing. Nice. All right, well, there is absolutely no reason to take Kopech out of this game. He's still in line for the save, both because when he came into the game, it was a save spot, and just for the fact that he's going to be pitching 3 innings. Oh, that's probably the best swing I've seen of the day, and it's still not even really a threat. Oh, we got him on a 3-2 count. I went curve out of the zone. 1 to go, Kopech. Oh, and the circle change out of the zone away to end it. We pick up the game 1 win. We save all of our big bullpen arms. They're going to be fully rested, ready to go for game 2. And if we play even half as good as we just played in that one, we are going to waltz to another World Series title. Like, this might be the easiest it's ever been. We can't speak too soon, though. Just because I put up 7 in that game doesn't mean I'm guaranteed to put up a bunch in any of the rest of the games. We still got to play just the same. We can't change anything. We can't take anything lightly. At the end of the day, that was only 1 game. So what's the game 2 situation going to be? It's the exact same thing. 3-2, bottom of the 6th. The only difference is instead of runners on 2nd and 3rd, we have a runner on 1st and 1 less out. So let's go right ahead. Let's keep rolling. Vlad taking on Walker Buehler to start this one off. We have put up our 2 runs in this inning again, so are we in line for another big 6th inning? Is the same thing gonna happen? I mean, you'd have to imagine, if you think of this as being like a real life thing, the Braves going up 3 early in the game again and then giving up 2 runs to start the 6th again, they'd be terrified. So where does it all come from this time? It's Acuna. It is only Acuna. He's driven in all 3 on 2 home runs. Their only other 2 hits are doubles, so it is extra base hit or nothing for them. On our side, it's a Benintendi home run. It's another Colson Montgomery home run, pushing both of them up to 4 for the postseason. Montgomery's making his bid for World Series MVP here if he's gone deep in back-to-back games now. And it's Jared Schuster on the mound, 3 runs in 6, punching out 6. I mean, that's a quality start, but kind of similar to Dylan Cease, I don't anticipate he'll still be in the game into the 7th inning, but that's why it was so big that we preserved the energy of all of our big arms, because if we're just going 7, 8, 9, that's, you know, Tanner Scott, Clay Holmes, and Crochet. We got to actually pick up the lead first, though. So, Vlad, what do you say? Oh, I was late on that. That almost shocked me there. I felt like I was ready to get around on that. I felt like I saw that pitch. I was anticipating that to jump off the bat. All right, now it just means Luis Robert. Oh, I might have gotten a lot of that, actually. I might have gotten enough of that. 99 power is going to carry that out. I waited back on the slider. I waited back too far. I was late, but 99 power is enough to carry that one out. It makes sense. You can't say that was cheap. It's a guy with 99 power hitting it on the barrel. The PCI was good. And just like that, again, we're taking the lead in the 6th inning with an opposite field home run. Ooh, and they made me go around. That was a nice pitch, actually. Nice pitch to end the inning, but not before he gives up 4 and gives up the lead. Schuster's at 70 pitches. He actually has a lot left. I don't know if I want to leave him in, you know? If we put up more runs and had more than a 1-run lead, I might stick with him, but I don't really feel the need to now. So let's just go Clay Holmes. Let's get who's probably been our best arm out of the bullpen in this postseason so far. Striking out over half the batters he's faced. Oh, there we go. Big pitch there on the slurve, picking up another strikeout. I mean, only having the 1-run lead, this is definitely more intense at this point than the last game was. And there we go. There's a nice first pitch out to Vaughn. And the slider way outside deals with Sean Murphy. We've seen so many strikeouts that exact same way from Clay Holmes. Easy 7th inning. I might leave him in for the 8th. Who knows? Vaughn with another perfect swing. Didn't quite get the launch angle that he did to hit another one out though, but I will take that to start a new inning. Let's get something going, Garver. You are due. There's no reason he should be as bad as he is. I can't I don't know what it is about him. I can't make a good swing, and the few times I do, he just lines it out. I don't know. I don't know if that has enough. No, it's going to die right at the wall because that's what Garver's postseason has looked like. It looked like it came off his bat with a lot. He's another high power guy that can overcome a slightly worse swing. Oh my God. Well, that's unfortunate. Absolute rope on a hanging curve and it's a double play. That doesn't need to happen. And it's either strikeouts or groundouts to first since Clay Holmes has come into the game. I'm fine leaving him in. We know we have the off day after this game and he can get that energy back, especially if he's going to keep getting outs as quick as he is. And there we go. We sit down Ozuna, not even on the pitch where I wanted it to end up. And you know what? I was going to think about bringing Scott in, but Harris is actually worse against righties. So we'll leave Holmes in for a full 2nd inning. And it's the sinker that time. Didn't even break it back over the plate like I wanted to. 4 strikeouts in 2 innings on 21 pitches for Holmes. I think this is the first lefty we'll be facing from the Braves so far. And they bring him in against maybe the worst guy they could bring him in for, Ezekiel Duran. Oh, Duran. I don't think he got enough of that. Nope, not quite. Oh, that was a good swing too. I really thought we made him pay right away. Oh, and I am on top of that. Getting around on these fastballs, just not quite making as good of a swing as we need to be making. And now Fletcher's got to come through lefty-lefty with 2 outs. All right, well, that makes it a lot easier when they don't throw him a strike. A 4-pitch walk to the one guy in this lineup that you probably attack in that situation with the lefty on the mound. Oh, and Vlad, nope, it's not going to get down. I really would have liked some insurance in that bottom of the 8th because now we're taking just a 1-run lead into the 9th inning to face their 2, 3, 4 hitters. And 3 and 4 is Acuna and Matt Olson. Ooh, okay, missed my spot. He still swung. That's exactly how we needed to start the inning. Can't let Kellenic get on when you've got Acuna and Olsen coming up behind him, especially with the day Acuna is having. I don't really want to throw him anything to hit. Oh, ring him up. We need that. We need that call. Oh, and now we're backing him off the plate. Come on, Crochet. We need one more pitch. I'm throwing the circle change and I'm throwing it low. We're going to get a swing. And so I was wrong on just about everything I said, but we still ended up with the strikeout. The circle change was not low. It was not out of the zone. We did not get a swing, and we still somehow sat down Acuna. Oh, and the up and in fastball catches another one, looking a 3 strikeout inning against the 2-3-4 hitters of the #1 offense in the league. And that gives us our 2-0 World Series win going on the road. I mean, like I said, if I just played half as good as I did in that first game, we'd have no trouble winning this World Series. And I didn't even play half as good as I did, and we still had no trouble really winning that game. We got big games coming up though, going on the road for the next 3, but you don't want to let that change anything. We just got to pick up this win in game 3, take that commanding 3-0 series lead, and we have a tie game this time. All right, let's go for it here. This should have been a Jordan Montgomery start, which means giving up 1 run so far. He's finally had a good start in the postseason. Looked like we were facing Chris Sale. He was still on the mound. I forget who we have up to the plate. So let's just skip ahead and let's see who we have at the plate. It's Duran. That's a good matchup to face Sale. He's also already 95 pitches in. Still with half of his energy left, though, because that makes sense. We have our run on a Dominic Fletcher home run, so that's his 4th of the postseason. It also came lefty-lefty because why not? Garver actually has himself a hit, clawing his way back up over a 100 average. And yep, Jordan Montgomery, 5 innings, the 1 run allowed, 7 punch outs, finally a solid start for him. Let's get him in line for the win. On their end, it's also a solo shot for their only run. It was Austin Riley and then Chris Sale. He's punched out 9. So this is a big AB here for Ezekiel Duran. We need a base hit here. We need something, maybe hit a little like towards the gap or something to give Eloy a chance to score. And that's our hit. Do I send Eloy? I'm going for it. 40 speed, I think, should be plenty for that. We're in there, and once again, we've taken the lead immediately. I can't stress enough how different this is to how I've always been in March to Octobers in the past. For whatever reason, whenever I would load in with runners already on base, I would just never do anything, and I'd have to score all my runs on my own. But this time around, this postseason run, we're coming in, we're doing the damage immediately. Ooh, and that one just froze me somehow. We have the lead though. That's all I care about, and we have plenty of time left in this game to put up even more. All right, Montgomery's still out there, 74 pitches in, plenty of gas left in the tank, but we got to take on Acuna right away, and I'm leaving him in. I feel like there's not much of a reason to take him out at this point. Oh, and we get him down looking on the sinker. All right, Montgomery, show me what you got, man. Look at him go. Ooh, okay, that was a nice swing, though. Going the other way on a 2-strike count on that cutter. I mean, it did take a lot of pitches to sit Acuna down, and then that was kind of a longer AB. So we're going to be monitoring Montgomery now, especially since he has a runner on. We're hit and run. It's a hit and run. Okay, that's probably the exact result you want out of a hit and run, is a ball hit in the air. Oh, no. Come on, 34 speed. Okay. I actually kind of wanted to stay that in play. or wanted that to stay in play, because I wouldn't have been shocked if the CPU tried to send that runner home and score. And I don't think he was scoring. I think our relay would have cut him down at home and given us the third out. But now we got to deal with Sean Murphy with runners on second and third. And you know what? I don't think I want to leave Montgomery in for this. I had Kopech warming up. Him with his 96 clutch is built for this exact moment to come into the game, so that's what we're going to do. He's had a great postseason so far, even though he was left off the roster for the division series. He's come back. He's done a great job on the mound. We need that again. It's a different spot. We're not looking for length. We are looking for him to empty everything to get this one out right here, and that's a good start. That's a good follow-up. One more. I think I want to go back to that exact pitch. Slider away. And we got him. 3 pitches, sat him down, erased their hope, but we still have 3 more innings to fight this one out. And again, under it with Garver. I'm not going to do anything with the guy, am I? I'm kind of shocked they're leaving Sale in. I mean, he gave up the lead. He's up over 100 pitches. I know his energy was still looking good, but I don't know. Just logically, I feel like this wouldn't be the spot you'd leave him in. But we're rolling over on it with Fletcher. We've had 2 swings here that I've done just a little bit wrong, and our guys can't overcome that. Need Robert to do something here to not give us a absolutely quiet 7th inning here, and Robert is not going to do that. One pitch, and that's a line out, weak line out to left. All right. Well, there's really no reason not to leave Kopech in. I mean, I said we weren't looking for length. We were just looking for that one out, but he can also give us length in this game. Fletcher, look at the reaction on that line drive. He is so good in right field. And he gets another chance. That one a little bit more routine. There we go. Another punch out to end the inning. Great inning from Kopech. I might not even be done with him yet. If he's going to pitch that dominant, there's really not much of a reason to take him out. Eloy, that one came off the bat pretty hard. I don't know. That's a deep spot to left field, though. And yeah, it's going to die at the track. Ooh, all right. May or may not have been a check swing attempt that we got a full swing on, but it worked out for me there. I mean, there's not much of a reason to even think about swinging at a pitch like that on a 2-0 count, but can't argue with results. Oh, but Vaughn's going to ground into 2. Man, I want more runs than just the one run we took the lead on, but we can't seem to get anything going after that. Okay, I'm going to play this a little, or at least hopefully a little bit smart. I'm not just going to leave Kopech in. I'm going to leave him in to get that out, and that's it. Kelnick was worse against righties, and Acuna is actually worse against lefties. Then he got Olsen up after him. So we're playing the matchups here against the toughest spot of the order. Tanner Scott also hasn't gotten into a game yet in the World Series, and he's right up there with Clay Holmes in how good he's been. And let's get this backhand. Montgomery, nice. He's going to have me nervous now. Like every time he goes to backhand a ground ball after that error in game 1. Oh, and what a spot for strike 3. Tanner Scott comes in and shuts down maybe their 2 top hitters. And we've got 1 to go. And Montgomery, ooh, that was unfortunate. That would have been a 3-hit day for him if he just wasn't a superhero at first base. Okay, Duran. Nice job with the base hit. Another swing where I'm not like fully on it. I feel like this game especially, I'm having a lot of like good timing swings where the PCI isn't quite there, and that's why we haven't been able to continue scoring runs. All right, there we go. The walk from Benintendi to get 2 on for Mitch Garver to come up to the plate. I've been saying this whole episode that he is due. He's due for something. I couldn't think of a better spot for him to do that something in. 3-0. I mean, logic would dictate I probably don't give him the green light, but I kind of want to. It was a little too high. If it was a little bit lower, I'm pulling the trigger. 3-1. Oh, that was it. The 3-1 fastball right down the middle, and I did not miss it. I'm just too far out in front. All right, I'll take the walk. That's not the big result that I wanted, but at least he's not going back to the dugout. We have the bases loaded now for Fletcher. Clutch rating active, so he's a little bit better facing the lefty right now. We can trust him. Oh, and I don't know what that's going to do. That's way too shallow to try and score even with 84 speed. That's unfortunate. That might have been a spot, not looking back at it, where I maybe should have tried to lay one down. We had speed on third, speed at the plate. Good bunt gets the run in, and he's probably not going to get doubled up. That might have been smart. Now thinking back to it, we need Robert to come through now, and that's a small PCI with who just got brought into the game. There it is. We got it. Fastball right down the pipe, and Luis Robert hits it to the gap. He comes through in a clutch spot. We got to keep Garver on third, though, with 26 speed. But that's the big swing. That's the breakthrough swing. Finally, with 2 outs in the 9th. And we don't have to be done yet either. One more hit gives us 2 more runs. Ooh, and that would have been the pitch to do it on. That's the hit, and that's the 2 runs, and Eloy comes through to make this a 4-run game, 5-run game actually. What a 2-out rally, man. And Vlad is not gonna let this inning end yet down the line. How many runs can we score? Oh, I guess that's it. I guess that's the answer. 4 runs in the inning is how many we can score. But that changes everything. I was sitting here up to this point trying to formulate the plan for what I wanted to do in the 9th, but now all I have to do is bring in the mop-up arm to finish this game. Want to get somebody in who hasn't gotten a chance to throw in the postseason yet, so that's Tyler Wells. Okay, come on, Albies. I can admire the fact you got no quit, but let's get this bat over with here. No reason to waste time at this point. That's all we're doing. There we go. Take your seat. Oh, why is Vaughn at third? How did I miss that? Not the ball, but how did I miss the fact he's playing third? All right, we'll take the strikeout there on the 12-6. Don't have to worry about Vaughn playing third. Fly ball. Somebody's going to get there. I don't really understand why that'd be Benintendi's ball when Robert could have gotten there just as easy. But that is a 3-0 World Series win. Another easy win, and we just have one game to go. And I really don't know if I've ever, like, I typically feel very confident when I'm playing March to October in the playoffs. But even with that, I don't know if I've ever felt this confident in wrapping up a World Series. Like, up 3-0, and not just that, but the fact that I've been playing like how I have been. I feel like we can win just about any game we're put into at this point. So what is hopefully the final game we're going to be put into in this season? We are, of course, they got to test me one last time. Down 2, and we have one less inning to do it in. We do have 2 on, though, with only 1 out, so another big swing like we've been getting loading into these games, and we could erase this 2-run deficit pretty much immediately. We also have Duran in to face a lefty, and I think it's the first time facing Aaron Bummer, so that means we'll have faced all the former White Sox they have in that pitching staff. I am kind of curious, though, to see what they've had going on. I'm a little surprised they don't still have the starter in, only having given up 1 run. First of all, it's 2 home runs on their side. Matt Olson, Marcell Ozuna, those are their only 2 hits. It was Spencer Strider getting the start. He had a good start, but I would guess, since this is only game 4 and he pitched game 1, that he probably just didn't have full energy starting the game, so that probably factors into why he got taken out. On our side, the only run driven in is by Colson Montgomery. We've got 5 hits and 2 walks and only the 1 run to show for it. And it's Aaron Savali on the mound for us, only giving up the 2 hits, but 3 runs with the 2 home runs, 5 strikeouts. And we got to see what we can do for him. Ezekiel Duran against the lefty is a good matchup, but Aaron Bummer is always one of the more difficult lefties to hit, at least for me. Ooh, yep, that's what I'm talking about, man. I feel like I see a pitch and then I'm just not on it. God, the speed differential is very tough for a Bummer. 95 on the 4-seam, same on the sinker, but then that circle change comes in 20 miles per hour slower. That was almost a perfect pitch, but it was a good take. Okay, and they let me hold up. We draw the walk with Duran to load the bases. The unfortunate thing, though, is we have back-to-back lefties due up with Benintendi and Fletcher. I mean, I guess actually when it comes to Benintendi, he's got a nice clutch rating and more power versus lefties. So this is pretty much his best matchup he can have right now. Oh, and I got to get around on that. That is begging to be hit in the gap. I did get around on it. Okay, it was the PCI that was the issue. Oh, yeah, I thought that got me. I really thought that got me. I'm so lucky. And that one ends up out of the zone. We have not had to swing the bat yet, and we've put up a run. We only need 1 more to tie this game up right away, and we still only have the 1 out. And I'm leaving Fletcher in. And that's a 3-ball count again. Is he going to put another one on for free? I might not even swing. 3-1 count, and I might be auto-taking here. Yeah, I was auto-taking. That's a decent pitch not to swing at. That was just an unfortunate spot. Oh, and that's a really good pitch to break out of nowhere when he's been so wild. 2 walks in a row and a 3-ball count, and he just breaks that one out. And now it's a new arm. Shelby Miller to face Vlad with the bases loaded. All we need's a hit. We didn't get a hit. Timed it up. Hit it pretty hard. It's just right to him. I mean, we got a run, which is nice. You know, we cut the lead down to just the 1, but man, we had a chance there to at least tie it, and I didn't come through. I'm guessing we're going to want to take Savali out of the game. 82 pitches in the 7th. He does have kind of a lot of energy left, but yeah, we'll turn it over to our big arms. And I think that first big arm is just going to be Clay Holmes. I mean, if he can pitch like he's been pitching, feel like he can give me the 7th and the 8th. And there we go. Roll over on the 2nd pitch of the AB. And then another rollover on the first pitch of the next AB. I mean, this is a really good start to get Clay Holmes through 2 innings. And I don't know, Benintendi didn't get the best break on it, but he's there. Good adjustment. 1, 2, 3 inning. Let's go ahead. Let's erase this deficit right now. I don't want to be down 1, having to put up a run against Rysel. We want to do it right now. And we got to actually get the ball through, man. I keep rocketing these ground balls to short against Miller. That, I don't even know how that's hit on the ground. That needs to be a line drive with that swing. Eloy, there we go. Perfect swing, line drive. Nobody can get there. Ooh, I don't know. Do I want to pinch run for him? I wasn't even thinking about it until that popped up, but that might be smart. Yeah, you know what I am? That's a big run. We can get Hampson with 89 speed at first and pretty much guarantee that a ball in the gap would tie the game. I think we need to do that. I would want to steal so bad if I had any confidence in actually being able to take second, but Sean Murphy behind the plate's got a big arm, and I don't want to risk the tying run in the 8th. Oh, that's an unfortunate pitch to miss. That is a hanger. That is right there, and I was way out in front of it. That is the one pitch in all the times I've seen Shelby Miller in this series that's given me trouble, is that slider is always slower than it appears, and now they're taking him out of the game. Okay, and it's Garver with 2 outs, the runner on first. Okay, that's fortunate, both to get the check swing and the call. Please give me another one. They let me hold up again, and they gave me another call, apparently. I thought that was easily out of the zone. Garver did it. That's tying the game. 89 speed with the runner on the move, and Garver just tied the game, and okay, we're going to get back to first. I would have been out. Even with the bad throw, I think they would have been able to adjust and get him out. Garver, though, look at him. Finally, and look how happy he is. The only one that has to weigh on you to be the only one in the entire starting lineup that has been struggling in this postseason, and he comes through in maybe the biggest spot yet. Oh, and then Montgomery. I'm a little late on that, but we did our damage. We made sure. Well, I guess we didn't make sure. We still got to sit him down in the bottom of the 8th without scoring a run to make sure that we're not playing from behind in the 9th. Oh, and we keep the slider in the zone. He wasn't chasing, so I guess that's what it took. Come on, Duran. A lot of speed. We got to get it there. He's got the arm. I should never worry. As long as he fields it cleanly, he's probably going to get the out with a 99 arm as a second baseman. They're really making it tough on Holmes here, and I do not want to put Kelnick on with Acuna on deck. And that's exactly what I did. Yeah, you don't want to extend an inning to put a runner on base for Ronald Acuna Jr. I'm sticking with Holmes, though. He's the one I trust. And that's a good pitch to start it. And the slider gets him to chase. Okay, then that's actually a better result. The fact that we got him means we don't have to face him in the 9th inning then. We have to score, though. We have to do it in this inning and not give them a chance to walk it off with a tie game in the 9th. Man, he got me. That is such a tough pitch on a 3-2 count. That is perfectly placed. Scott Barlow is actually really difficult to hit. And wait, run Benintendi. Get on. Okay, we caught a break. Gotta make him pay for that. That's what I mean, though. That's the kind of pitches that Barlow's been making that makes him so tough to hit. You know what? Actually, though, now that I think about it, they did prompt me to pinch run for Benintendi, and I didn't even think about it. But now it might be smart to bring in McKenna. That way, we get enough speed that I feel like we could score on a ball in the gap with 78. We also have a defensive replacement ready to go. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna bring in McKenna to pinch run. I just hope this game doesn't last long enough for him to need to hit in like a big spot or something. I can't figure this guy out. He is making the perfect pitches in the perfect spots. Like, that's out of the zone, but it's too close to take. You're never going to make a good enough swing on it. And that too, every time he actually like leaves one in a hittable spot, I'm early on it. And I wasn't early on that one, but the problem was there, I saw it as a slurve, I swung for a slurve, and it was a slider, so I was just late and just under it. And the best we can do now is send it to extras. I mean, there's not really a such thing as an easy part of the lineup to face, but this is not an easy part of the lineup to face. And I'm gonna give the ball to Scott. He's probably the best arm up there with Crochet that we have left in the bullpen. I don't know, though. The matchup is really only favorable against Matt Olson here. So we got to at least make sure we put him away. And there we go. Great slider there to get him swinging. There's out number 1. Okay, there we go. We want the swing and miss, but Vlad, he's got it over there. And Vaughn gets the next one, and that sends it to extra innings. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that this is our first extra innings game of this postseason run, and it comes in what could be our last. They're bringing in a lefty to face Luis Robert Jr., and he might even not have full energy right now because, yeah, he just pitched in the last game. He's not all that low, though. We got it. Of course we got it. Luis Robert Jr., absolute mammoth shot to center field to give us the lead. Oh my God. That is a huge weight lifted off right here to get that out of the way immediately. Still only the 1-run lead. We still want more, but to get the lead right away like that is huge. Oh, and I'm a little, they gave me another one right down the middle. I dropped the PCI with Hampson. I wanted to do something with Hampson. Okay, Vaughn's getting hit. Get himself on base for free. Give Garver a chance to do something else here. Garver, nope, that's just gonna be an inning-ending double play. He had one good swing in him, and that was it. But it was a big one. And Luis Robert Jr., because of Garver's big swing earlier, is able to give us the lead, and we've got a chance to win it. It is not the best matchups in terms of having a lefty coming out there to face 3 righties, but Crochet is the best arm we have left, so it's up to him. That's a great first pitch. Great spot. And there's strike 3 on the slider, just 2 to go. Okay, we left that right down the middle. Vlad making a good play on what looked like a tough hop, though. 1 to go. Ooh, scary, but it's just strike 1. Strike 2, 1 more, I'm going slider. Duran on the grounder, and that is gonna wrap it up. That is 2 World Series wins in a row for the Chicago White Sox. Only in March to October. This is the only game mode, probably, where you can pull this off. Taking the single worst team in the MLB just a season ago to start 2024, bringing them all the way around to winning the World Series in year 1, and then proving that it wasn't a fluke by winning again the very next year. We have established a dynasty out of thin air. We have willed a dynasty into existence here in Chicago on the south side. We definitely have some question marks heading into the offseason. A couple of guys that we would like to bring back, but it's no guarantee we get them back. But I think our team is so good top to bottom that regardless of if we get those guys back or not, we still have just about as good of a chance as we've had at picking up our 3rd World Series win, turning this into a 3-peat. And I've said it so many times throughout this postseason run. This was the most dominant playoff run I feel like I've ever had. I have never had that much offensive success that I can remember. So many postseason runs are like you load in with a 1-0 lead and the pitching shuts him down. The pitching's dominant, but I might not even score a run. This time though, I think all but 2 games I scored multiple runs. I scored more than 1 run. And just like that, that does it for year 2. It just keeps chugging along. We keep moving on. And I know, guys, the last, month or so, consistency's fallen off a bit. It took me a while to get through this postseason, even though it was only the 3 episodes. I'm really hoping I come around, though, and fix that and get back to posting this series consistently, because I had plans My imagination ran wild back when we started this off that I was really going to make this the ultimate March to October year for MLB 24 and just see how deep into a March to October we can get with these White Sox. So even though we hadn't made as much progress as I would have liked to in like the last month, even though we've got new games coming out that might be a distraction, I still want to fulfill those plans of playing, I want to say, at least 5 seasons with this team. So we still have 3 to go. We've got all the way until MLB 25 comes out. There's no reason to put a stopping point on the series. So I guess all that just to say, I appreciate everyone who stuck it out, everyone who made it to the end of what's surely to be another long postseason episode, which I guess that's another thing, is let me know if you actually like these longer postseason episodes now that we gave this a try, or should I just go back to how it used to be. But as far as the immediate future, the next episode is going to be our postseason recap. We'll go through, we'll look at everybody's stats, we'll look at the awards. Next episode after that is the off season, and as I alluded to, it might be kind of an exciting off season. And then once that's all taken care of, it's right on to season 3 to see if we can three-peat. So guys, as always, just make sure you do me a favor and hit the like button if you enjoyed this episode, if you enjoyed this season, this postseason run. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more, because like I just said, I don't plan on this series going away anytime soon. So if you don't want to miss it and you've been enjoying it and you're not subscribed, I recommend hitting the subscribe button. But most importantly, again, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for hanging out, and I will see you next time.